Hello, I am Pradil Kumar Sahu from Electronics and Communication, and I have roll number 19 EC01049. Today I am going to present the second experiment of our Signals and System Lab, which is waveform generation and MATLAB GUI. I will be showing the codes for the various part of the experiment, followed by a basic GUI to plot the graphs, the waveforms, in a more easy and interactive way. So coming to part 1a, we have to generate elementary signals in both continuous and discrete time domain. So I have defined functions for each type of waveform, and I have called every function equivalent to a given code, which is mostly interactive code which can be run executed through the command window. First, coming to the functions I have created. First is the unit step signal function, in which I have declared a time domain first, t minus 5 to 5 with steps of 0.01. Then I have declared the conditions for the code, which is in this case unit step signal is 1 for less than 0 and 0 for all negative values of time. So I used the plot figure subplot plot function as we have learned in the last experiment and given all these parameters to it. Coming to the next rectangular pulse function, which is a new function. Rectangular pulse is used to generate pulse, a given pulse, where the input arguments mostly tells us the initial and the rise point of the pulse and the fall point of the pulse. I've taken RP as the time domain here and used a similar method to plot the graphs. And the discrete time domain also I use the same, just it is RPN from minus 5 to 5 with steps of 1 as it must be an integer. And as given in the question, the basic sampling time period is 1 second, so all are integers given the conditions for the same. Next, coming to the signal function, it is done in the same way by declaring the time domain and declaring the conditions. Ramp function is done in the same way, as you can see. Coming to sinusoidal sine function, sinusoidal sine function, any sinusoidal function basically of type y is equal to a sine omega t plus c. I've taken c as 0, omega is declared 2 pi f, where f is the frequency in hertz. They've taken as 1 here. Amplitude declares 5, and I plotted it using the same plot methods. And the discrete time is generated the same way, but for discrete, it has a form of y equal a sine omega m by small m by capital N t, where small m capital N are basically chosen in such a manner so that the values are sinusoidal in nature. So I've taken n as 62 here and m as 5, small m as 5. On to the next sinusoidal cos signals, which is also the same method. It's done in the same way. All the values declared same way. A real exponential function. Exponential function is mostly of the form y is equal to c e power alpha t in case of continuous time domain. As you can see here, y is equal to c e power alpha t, where c and alpha are constants. As this is a real exponential, so taken as real values. While discrete is just a little bit different. At this is form of x equal to c into a power t, where a is any constant. Giving appropriate conditions to A, C, and alpha, we can generate rising and decaying conditions, which have been done in this function. Another approach has been taken of keeping C and A as complex values. This is the real exponential decaying. Coming to exponential here, complex signals. C is equal to 2 plus 2i and A is equal to 3i has been taken. And similarly here also A is equal to 3 and C 2 plus taken, and we are plotting mostly the real part. As default it is they plot the real part, but we can take the real part by writing real bracket the function or the variable whose real part we want to extract. Similarly, exponential imaginary function, we have used similar manner, just we have used imag x, which is mostly extracts the imaginary part, and as a causal exponential signal. In these type of signals, like it's a type where you declare array, where for all the negative values of t we give zeros. This function we learned in the last experiment, and for all the upcoming values of value of y we keep it as the function we want, which in this case is exponential c e power alpha t. And similarly, impulse function has been declared in a similar manner. Now if I run the code, it basically asks for input. You can see it has given all the codes for which I want. I just have to enter the code for the waveform. I enter 2 to see rectangular pulse. As you can see, rectangular pulse is plotted. I can type just t within braces, within commas, to continue the loop again. Then I kept a function with code 12 to plot all the graphs. I'll just quickly go through all of it. This is the unit impulse function. This is the continuous causal exponential function. This is the exponential function imaginary part. This is the real part. This is the decaying exponential function. This is the rising exponential function. This is sinusoidal cosine function. This is the sinusoidal sine function. This is the continuous ramp function. This is the continuous signum function, and this is the continuous rectangular pulse. Discretes are plotted just below them, and this is the unit step function. Coming to the second question, similar loop has been created where we generate waveforms of various signal. Basically, we use a new thing that is a signal processing toolbox, add-on of the MATLAB, to use the functions such as the sawtooth wave. I'm coming right to the functions. We use the function sawtooth and keep the time domain as the input argument to plot the sawtooth type waveform in both discrete and continuous. It's same. A pulse wave, there's a function called pulse trend, which is used to create a train of pulses, given type of pulses. Here we use a rectangular pulse, and the width can be given as input argument, which is taken as t/4. Similarly, a square wave has been plotted by using a square function, giving the input argument as the time domain. Similarly, triangular wave we also plotted using sawtooth, but it has an extra argument which just specifies the position. By giving 0.5, I keep it in the middle, so it just isosceles triangle, so it looks like a triangular wave. And sinusoidal wave is just as we had done earlier, just the time period is taken as here 10 power minus 3, which is 1 millisecond. The domain A omega specified as per the general methodology, and the graphs are plotted. So if I run this code, you can see you can put Control C to exit from a command. This is a new code. You can see I've also kept a similar 6 to plot all the graphs. I just quickly go through them. This is a sinusoidal sine function. This is the continuous triangular waveform. This is the continuous square waveform. This is the continuous pulse waveform with t/4. It's a continuous sawtooth waveform. Coming to part C, that basically generate three sizes of waveform, frequencies 100 to 5500 and amplitudes as given, and sketch the output of signal addition. So as you can see, like as per the previous code, we have declared the amplitude, frequency in hertz, and we assigned omega, and plotted the graphs as per the general thing. We run this code. First I have to exit from this code. So you can see this is the waveform addition of all the three waves. This is the y3, this is y2, and this is y1. Going to the next part D, generate two sinusoidal waveforms and multiply them. So a similar declaration have been done for them, amplitude, frequency, omega, and running the code. You see, this is the waveform multiplication, how it looks. This is the waveform of y2, and this is the waveform of y1. Moving on to basic GUI, which is basically graphical user interface, helps us to run the functions in a more efficient and a more user-friendly manner. So as you can see, this is the backend. You can call this function by typing guide in the command window and selecting a blank GUI as a default. So I already have a FIG file. Basically, when you create a blank GUI, and save it, it creates two files, a FIG file as you can see, and a .m file. So if I open the FIG file using guide, you can see this is something I have created. Here there are push button, slider, radio button, checkbox, editable text box, and static text box, pop-up menu, and many such things which you can put to make this user friendly. I basically put a text box, three text box, two pop-up menus to select the time domain and signal, and a push button to plot, and axis to show the plots. So basically, if I run this, you can see I just have to select the time domain, continuous time, and the type of signal. All the signals of part 1A, part 1B are covered here, and the plots are the same because the same functions are used in the code part of the GUI. You can see I can plot any function, sinusoidal, periodic, periodic sawtooth waveform, or real world exponential decaying function. We also select the discrete time to see a rectangular pulse in discrete time, signum function in discrete time, ramp function in discrete time, sine function in discrete time, complex exponential real part in discrete time. There's also a continuous part of the is a unit step signal, all the continuous part of the ramp function, all the causal exponential functions in discrete time. We can also see this. That's all about GUI. Thank you for watching.